Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel. So let's continue our pandas course. As of now, we have completed 3 lessons. In the first lesson, we learned how to create a data frame, how to create a series, how to convert a CSV into data frame and vice versa. Then we also learned how to select particular rows or columns and from a big data set. Okay, then we learned how to do the mapping. Now today our topic is grouping and sorting. As usual, we will first read, then we will do the exercise. Okay, let me read. Maps allows us to transform data in a data frame or series one value at a time for an entire column that we have learned in our last class. However, often we want to group our data and then do something specific to the group the data is in. Sometimes you may need to create groups of your data to do some operations. So for this, you have to use group by operation. Okay. Now see, one function we have been using heavily is value counts function that we learned in our last class. It counts the what? The unique values of any data set. Okay. Let's see the hidden code. It is same as usual. Okay. Now see, they have used the group by function. First, let me show you how group by function works. Okay. Mm, The dataset is same. Reviews the wine reviews dataset. Okay. Now let's say I want to create a group based on country. So I can write group by, it will create the groups. Now based on a column name. Let's say I want to create the group based on country. Now if I run it, see it is saying that this is a data frame group by object. So what it will do, it will create a group based on the country. Okay. If I write any aggregation function, mean, it's not mean. I'm so sorry. So if I write count, say Argentina 3800, Armenia, Australia, Austria. So you can see that it is grouped based on the country. First A, then B, then C, and all the countries appearing once. So a group of Argentina, a group of Armenia, a group of Australia. So you can apply any operations after creating a group. Okay. So this is the name of the data frame. You are calling the group by function based on which column. You can select any column. You can write price. So the price, based on price, you are creating the group. And then you are doing the operation. You can do any operation. It depends on whether it's numerical or categorical. So depending on that and depending on your need, you can do any operation. So the main theme is that you are creating group based on the given column. Okay? You are dividing the data set into different categories based on your given column name. Okay. Now let's do this one. Here they have created a group based on points column. So group by created a group of reviews which allotted the same point values to the given ones. So they want to see that how many have got 80 points, how many wine have got 81 points, how many wine have got 99 points. So for that you have to create separate groups, a group for 80 points, a group for 81 points. Then if you apply the count function, so you can count. Let me show it to you here. So uh, see if I run this, see 80 points, 397. For 81 points, for 82 points. So it is creating groups, and after that they are doing some count operation. So if I just um write this one, let's see what is the output. See for 80, these are the count values. So when you are doing the count on any particular values, like here they are doing the counts on points, then it will give you the total count in this way. Okay. So let's read this. Group by created a group of reviews which allotted the same point values to the given one. So we can say that 80 points, 397 wine has received 80 points. Okay. So then for each of these groups, we grabbed the points column and counted how many times it appeared. So once you have got this group, now you have taken the points column, making a count. Okay, perfect. And value counts is just a shortcut to this group by operation. Value counts we have learned before also. Value counts also does the same. It is also creating groups and then giving you the total value, total unique values, but in a bit different way, and there is a slight changes in the output. But you can think that it is also working in that way only. Okay. So we can use any of the summary functions we have used before with this data. See here, first you have created a group by using points column, and then on that you are taking the price column and calculating the mean value. Okay, so what is happening here? First, what you are doing, you are grouping based on the points column. So 80 points will fetch all those rows where the point is 80. So it has become a group of 80 points. Now you have made a group of 81 points. After making the group, you are taking the price column. Once you get the price column, now you are trying to find which one has the minimum price. Okay. So for 80 points, 5.0 is the minimum points. For 81 points, 5.0 is the minimum price. Okay. So you are just trying to get the cheapest wine for each point. Now let's think that if I want to calculate the costliest wine for each point, then what will be the costliest wine for each point? Then what you have to do? Then you have to write max. Now see, for 80 points, this is the costliest value, 69. For 81, 130. Okay, so that way you can group your data and you can find that, okay, for these points, this is the minimum value. For these points, this is the maximum coin price. Okay, so you can think of each group we generate as being a slice of our data frame containing only data with values that much. This data frame is accessible to us directly using the apply method, and we can then manipulate the data in any way we see fit. For example, here's one way of selecting the name of the first wine reviewed from each winery in the dataset. Okay, this is simple. They just want to see the first wine from each winery in the dataset and using this group by method. So first you have to make a group based on winery because you want to see the first wine from each winery. So first you have to make a group on this each winery. So reviews dot group by on winery column. Okay. Now you know how to use the apply function. If you use the apply function, then this stated function will be applied on the dataset. Now, what is this function? Lambda is an anonymous function because here it has no name. This function has no name. This is simple. Now, this is just a variable. You can write anything, whatever you want to write. Then you are taking the title column because you want to select the name. So, name means you have to select the title and of the first one. So you are also giving the index position of that name of that title column. Okay, so title dot I love 0. Clear? First, you are making a group based on winery on the dataset, and then based on winery. uh, just let me show you. If I write reviews, there will be a group of Nicosia, then there will be a group of this one, then there will be a group of Rainstorm, and after that you are applying this function. After you have created the group, now you are taking, you are fetching the title column. So now you are going to this column, okay, and you are taking the value in the first position, okay. So every winery you are grouping based on winery. So now you have a group of every winery. Now you are going to the first winery. Then you are going to the title column. Then you are fetching the first title of that particular winery. Okay. So what will be the output? The output will be this one. See, this is the name of the this is the winery column, and here the first title of that particular binary. Okay, so you are understanding where to use the group by method. Now, for even more fine-grained control, you can also group by more than one column. Yeah, you can do by multiple columns also. So first you have grouped by country column. Then you have grouped by province column. So first Argentina. Argentina has two provinces. So this is the first one, other is the second one. Same, Uruguay has two. San Jose, Uruguay. So first you are making the groups based on country, then you are also considering the province. And you are creating a tables of country and province taking together. Okay. You are making the groups based on these two things, country and province as well. Okay. And after that, you are applying a function, that is lambda function. Same, you are just doing df.loc, df.points.idx max. Do you remember what is idx max? We discussed in our last class. It will fetch you the index value of the first occurrence of the maximum number. Okay. So here the question is how we would pick out the best wine by country and province. So when you are getting by country and province, you have to group by based on country and province. Now how we would pick out the best wine? So for the best wine means what? You have to find the maximum of the points. That wine which has received the maximum number of points is the best wine. So you are taking the points column, you are checking that which wine has got the maximum points, you are fetching the index of that particular column. Okay, once you are fetching that particular index column, you are passing it through log, so it will give you the value. Now you are taking that as an output. Clear? Let me repeat the whole thing. Okay, first we are creating a groups based on country and province. Based on this, now we want the best wine. So to get the best wine, we have to go to the points. We have to find which points has the maximum value. So we will take the points column. We will fetch the index which has the maximum points. After we get that index, we are passing it through LOC, then we will get the value of the total value of that particular index position. Then we are using that lambda function and we are using the apply method so that it can be done on the complete data set. Okay, now when you do practice by yourself, this will be clear, not a difficult one. Okay, another group by method worth mentioning is AGG, which lets you run a bunch of different functions on your data frame simultaneously. See, you can do this all these things together also. For that, let's say they are doing group by based on country. So the output is Argentina, Armenia, Ukraine, Uruguay. Every country is divided into groups. Now you are taking the price column, and on that price column you want to say the minimum price, the length, and the maximum price. So you have to use the AGG function, and inside the function you can pass all these through. Okay, that is also very simple. Now, effective use of group by will allow you to do so many things. Now, multi-index. In all of the examples we have seen that the series has single level index. But group by is slightly different in the fact that it sometimes result in multi-index also. Multi-index means you have two indexes. Okay. Always we have worked with the single index, but in case of using group by, it may form a multi-index. Just like the before. Reviews dot group by country province. So here country province both of them are the index. Now you are doing a simple operation. They want to check how many number of words are there in the description. So they have taken the description column, the aggregate function, and then they are calculating the length. Okay. So here you can see that this table has multiple index. That's what they wanted to say, that it may have multi index. If you just use the type function, you know, it shows you what is the type, so it will show you that this is a multi-index. Now multi-indices have several methods for dealing with their tiered structure which are absent for single level indices. Right. They also require two levels to retrieve a value. The use cases for multi-index are designed. Okay, we will read that later. However, in general, this method you will most often is the one for converting back to a regular index. Okay, reset index, in anywhere you can use whenever you want to create your own separate index like this. You want that by default index. Okay, so you can just write reset index. So what will happen? This will not remain as index anymore, and a separate index, that by default index starting from 0 and counting 1 2 3 as like that. So it will be reset. Okay. Now the another concept, that is sorting. Sorting is just ascending, descending. So you are just sorting 1 2 3 4, or if you want you can sort in 4 3 2 1. Concept is same. See, looking again at countries reviewed, we can see that grouping returns the data in index order but not in value order. Exactly. So this is to say, when outputting the result of a group by, the order of rows is dependent on the values in the index, not on the data. When you want them to be dependent on the data, not on the index, so you can use sort by. Okay, you can do ascending or descending. Let's see. First, they have reset the index. Okay. Now they are sorting the values depending on length. Having the highest length will be at the end. Lowest length will be at the first. So sort underscore values function is used for that. And by, based on which you want to do the sorting. So I want to do the sorting based on length. Okay. And before that, they have reset the index. Okay. Now sort values defaults to an ascending sort as usual. But in case you want it to be descending, then you have to mention it ascending equal to false. If you don't mention, then what will happen? Then it will be sorted in ascending order. So, however, most of the time we want a descending where the higher number goes first, because we want to know which has the highest price, which wine has the highest number of points. So that's why most of the times we use the descending. But the concept is same, sort values by which column, and ascending equal to false means it will be in descending order. Okay. See here, the maximum length is on the top. Or if you want to sort by index values, then you can write sort underscore index. So it will be sorted as per the index value. Finally, you can sort by more than one column at a time. Okay, so countries reviewed dot sort underscore values, two columns, country and length. So you are sorting based on this, and you are sorting then based on length. So first it will take Argentina, then Bolivia, then whatever the alphabetical order. So after first it will be sorted in the country manner, then accordingly it will be sorted in lengthwise. Okay, see, first Argentina, then Argentina, but here length is 536, 3264. First Argentina is sorted as country is sorted, then length. Then lengthwise it will be in ascending order, because you have not mentioned ascending order to false. Okay, so you can sort in both way also. Okay, now let's do the exercise that is already open. So who are the most common wine reviewers in the dataset? First, let me show you the dataset. Most common wine reviewers. So you have to first make a group of the reviewer. Then if you count them, then you can find which one has given the maximum times of review. Okay. So you have to make a group of the reviewer, right? Paste a Twitter handle category from the dataset. So how you can make a group of the reviewer? So I can write name of the data frame, then group by function, and then I'll make a group on on the reviewer column. This is the reviewer. So, so this will create a group by object, right? Now what I want, now it is grouped. So there is a group of this one, there is a group of this one. Okay. So now I will take this particular column and I will do a count dot count. If I run this, okay. So by count or by size you can do. But let me show you one more thing. First, let me show you the output. Reviews underscore written. See the output first. Okay, so you can see, you can now tell that Annie has commented this much, and you can get the values. Okay, now if you want to sort it, so you can simply sort it and you can find who have given the most, who have given the least. Okay, so most common wine reviewers or the least common wine reviewers in the dataset you can find by doing different kind of operations. Anyway, but you have understood that how we can create a group based on any particular column. Okay, now let me show you one more thing. If I write the same thing, not the same thing, but something different. But we have learned this before also. Mm, the value counts function. What is the difference between these two? See, this is also giving you the same kind of output. Okay. Here also you can find the most common wine reviewers. Can you find? And what is the difference between these two? By giving the group by function, by giving the value counts. So the difference is that value counts is counting the total number of unique values. So what it does, let me show you the this one, the table. So in value counts, what it is doing, it is first taking this one. Okay. Now it is trying to find where this value is existing again. In the maybe in the third row or maybe in the fifth row. So it is just counting the total number of rows where this particular uh, data is appearing. Okay, that is done in the value counts. So it is counting that is in first row, it is in fifth row, it is in seventh row. So total 1 plus 1 plus 1. Three times it is appearing. That's what is done in value counts. But in case of group by, it is first creating groups. First it is making a group of all this. Then it is making a group of all this. And then it is counting the total values. So there is a change in output. See, first the group is created and the group is always created in alphabetical order. So C, A, J, then first capital, then small letter P, S, V, W. Okay. So it is in alphabetical manner. First, alphabetically, it is making groups of different tables of, or we can say groups of different wine reviewers. Okay. Then it is doing the count. But in case of value counts, it is just taking the first one and trying to find where it is reappearing and then doing the count. I hope it is clear. Okay, now what is the best wine I can buy for a given amount of money? Let's say I have $10. So which is the best wine I can buy? So how will I decide that? That for $10, which one is the best one? So for that you will try to find that which points is the maximum you can get for $10 values. That one you will buy. So for that they have told you to create a series. Index is the wine prices and values is the maximum number of points a wine costing that much was given in a review. Okay. So for a particular price for $10 or $20, what is the maximum number of points you can get? So if you think that for $20 you can get a wine of 80 points and you can get a wine of 90 points, which one will you select? The one has 90 points because the price is same but the point is more. So let's do the solution. Okay, so you have to first create index, wine prices, and values is the maximum number of points. So first you have to create the group based on prices. You have to make the prices as index. So you have to first group by price. So you just write best rating per price equal to reviews dot group by based on price column. So you have now created groups based on price column. Okay. Your second step is find the number of points. So you can write points. Okay. So now you have got the points column. Now you want to know the maximum number of points. So you have to write dot max. Okay. Now you can, after that you can do the sorting also. Sort the values by price. Okay. Let me first show you what is the output for this one. See, now you can see for $4, this is the maximum you can get. For $5, you can get 87 points. For $6, you can get points, 88 points of wine. For $7, you can get a wine which has got 91 points. Okay. Now, if I write the score index. So you have understood what has happened right now. You have got the best rating point for the lowest price. Clear? Now let me tell you the whole thing once again. First, we have created a group based on price. Now we have the reviews with the same price grouped together. Perfect. Second, we have taken the points column. For each group, we want to know the maximum value of the points column. Okay, once you have got this, you have just sorted the index. Okay, now I think it's clear. Now let's do the next one. What are the minimum and maximum prices for each variety of wine? For each variety. So you have to group on variety. Okay, so prices extremes equal to reviews dot group by variety. Okay, so now on that you can write minimum value and maximum value. Minimum prices and maximum prices. So you have to take the price column. Now you want both of them. So you have to use aggregate function. See, here we learned this. Hmm, aggregate function, exactly this one. So you can write min, max, just like that. Okay, let me run this. Uh, okay, so let's see the output. Okay, so for these are the name of the varieties. Okay, and this is the minimum value, this is the maximum value. If you want, you can write something else also. Okay, so we have done this. Now the next one. What are the most expensive wine varieties? So create a variable containing a copy of the data frame from the previous question whose varieties are sorted in descending order based on the minimum price, then on maximum price. Okay, so you have to take help of the previous ones. So you can either select this one or if you want, you can select this one also. Same thing. But let's see. So on that, you have to do the sorting. Varieties are sorted in descending order. So sort values based on minimum price, then on maximum price. So for sort, let me show you how did we do the sorting. See, by equals to the properties. So by equals to we want to do on minimum then maximum. So first write minimum, then write maximum. Okay, so it is sorted. Now it is in descending order. So you have to write ascending equal to false. Okay, now let me run this. Fine. Just whatever you did here, you are just sorting. So let me show you the output. Okay. Now the next one. Create a series whose index is reviewers, okay, and whose values is average review score given out by that reviewer. You will need tester name and points column. Okay, so index is reviewer and values is the average review score given out by that reviewer. Okay, so they are talking about tester name and points. Tester name is the name of the reviewer. So index is reviewer means you have to group on reviewers. So reviews dot group by. Now the column name is tester name. So the column name is tester name. Now we would have to take the points column. Values is the average review score. So here review score means the points. So points. Now you want average. So to calculate average, I think you know it's min. So now let's run it. What happened? Tester underscore name. Oh, sorry. This is just string. So you have to be very careful about spaces and all these things. Okay. Now, are there any significant differences in the average scores assigned by the various reviewer? Oh, run the cell below to see a summary. See. What combination of countries and varieties are most common? So, multi-index. Create a series whose index is a multi-index of country and variety. Uh, what was that multi-index? This one. Okay, same. Same like that you have to do. For example, US would be mapped to US and Pinot Noir produced in US. To sort the value series in descending order based on wine count. Okay. So what you can do first, first you have to group by reviews dot see here. Group by on this, both of them. I will copy. Reviews dot group by country and here country and variety province. Okay, so country and variety, these are the index. So you will grow based on this. Then it will become the index, right? Now you want to know which are the most common. So you have to count. So you can simply write count or size. Okay, now size. So which combination of countries and varieties are most common? Create a series, for example, and then you have to sort the values. So you have to sort the values. So just this will be incorrect because we have not sorted yet. So sort underscore values on ascending or descending on descending. So if it is descending, then you have to write ascending equals to false. Ascending equals to false. Okay. Now let me run this. Okay. Clear? So just see the see. This is the index US why not Noir country variety and now you have made a count of them. Okay. Now if I tell you to make by a default index. Then this one I don't want as an index. So what will you do? Write in the comment section. Okay. So meet in our next class. Till then, bye. Happy learning.